So just recently, I made a video going over how I thought about the Hoenn region, and I had a lot of fun making that video, and I also appreciate all the support that you guys gave me on that video because I absolutely love talking about Pokemon, and it was very nice to interact with you guys as well when it came to your own personal thoughts on the Hoenn region as well. And in this video, I'm going to be giving my own personal thoughts when it comes to how I personally feel about the Unova region, because the Unova region is definitely another Pokemon region that stands out, that a lot of people love, and a lot of people continue to talk about this region till this day. So I'm basically just going to be going over various things that I personally took in when I was playing through the Unova region. And if you guys have any thoughts of your own when it comes to your own experiences that you guys want to share with me when it comes to the Unova region, be sure to let me down below. Or if you guys have anything you want to say about the Pokemon franchise as a whole, be sure to let me know that as well. So probably the very first thing that I do want to dive into when we talk about the Unova region in this video is the unique and innovative Pokemon designs that we get introduced to in this region, because when it comes to all of these different kinds of regions that we explore within the Pokemon franchise, there's always these unique designs of Pokemon that really stand out, that really capture your interest as you're traveling through this region for the very first time, especially when it comes to you trying to figure out exactly what sort of Pokemon you want to add to your team so you could travel through the game and go through different gyms and, eventually challenge the Elite Four down the road. And it's just very fun just seeing like all the different kinds of Pokemon that get introduced to us within the Unova region, because the Unova region is celebrated for its bold and imaginative Pokemon designs, which reflect an innovative design philosophy. And by introducing an entirely new set of Pokemon and withholding older species until the post-game, Unova provides players with a fresh experience. Pokemon like Zoroark with its illusion casting abilities, or Chandelier, a haunting ghost fire type Chandelier, and Hacktress, a dragon type with a distinctive axe-like jaw, exemplify the creativity that went into the region's Pokedex. And I had my fair share when it came to a lot of these different kinds of Pokemon that I got introduced to for the very first time within the Unova regions. Like if I had to give out a few examples of my own, like I already mentioned already, I absolutely love Chandelier. I had a lot of fun with that Pokemon. I also had a lot of fun with Hacktress because I absolutely love dragons, and I already knew as soon as I found out what the main dragon was of this region, I had to go find an Axew so I can eventually get that Hacktress down the line. And I also had a lot of fun with Electros as well. That's definitely another Pokemon I had a lot of fun with because I just love the design of the Pokemon. And I also always wanted to have like some sort of eel Pokemon within the Pokemon franchise. And we ended up getting Electros. And I also found it to be pretty cool that this Pokemon itself had an ability where it was Levitate, which pretty much cancels out its main weakness to begin with, which is ground. And it's just pretty funny knowing how this Pokemon is not weak to anything, and it can avoid earthquakes every time some trainer you come in contact with tries to use it. And it's just very fun seeing all these different kinds of Pokemon that was thrown at us as we were traveling through Unova. And one of the other things that I personally enjoy when it comes to these different kinds of Pokemon games is the engaging storyline that we dive into as we play these Pokemon games, because each Pokemon game has its own unique storyline that really stands out, and Unova definitely had probably one of the most intriguing storylines that I remember diving into as I was playing through these games, because Unova's narrative is deeply engaging, driven by its rich lore and well-developed characters. The story centered around Team Plasma's mission to liberate Pokemon from human ownership introduces complex moral questions that add depth to the player's journey. The enigmatic N, raised by Team Plasma, is a standout character who challenges the player's views on the human-Pokemon relationship. In the legendary Pokemon such as Reshiram and Zekrom, embodies the themes of truth and ideals, while Kyurem, representing the boundary between them, adds further mystery. Characters like Bianca and Charon bring relatable growth arcs, enriching the overall experience with their personal struggles and ambitions. And I also want to take some time to appreciate the landscape and cultural inspirations that's put into the Unova region as well, because I just like how this region itself is set within the United States, specifically New York. It's just very interesting to see Pokemon's take on the United States when it comes to designing the overall world of the Unova region, because the Unova region is vast and varied, offering a wide range of environments that reflect its cultural inspirations. Modeled after New York City, Unova features areas like Castelia City with its towering skyscrapers and bustling port, and Nabasa City, which captures the lively spirits of places like Coney Island and its emphasis on entertainment and theme parks. The region's landscape is diverse, from the serene Route 10 to the tranquil Village Bridge. Each location offers a distinctive atmosphere that keeps exploration exciting, and this blend of cultural influence and environment variety gives Unova a unique identity that resonates with players. And another thing I do have to mention as well, when it comes to like me going through the Unova region, I can't forget about a lot of the memorable gyms and also the gym leaders itself that I came in contact with, as well as the innovative game mechanics that we got introduced to within the Unova region itself that kept it different as you were playing a new Pokemon game, because the gyms and gym leaders in Unova are among the most memorable in the series thanks to their unique designs and innovative mechanics. Mombasa City Gym, with its thrilling roller coaster and an electric type leader Elisa, and Striaton City Gym, which offers a different leader based on the player's starter Pokemon, stands out as highlights. And Unova also introduced new battle mechanics like triple battles and rotation battles, adding fresh strategic elements to the gameplay. Additionally, the seasonal cycle, which changes the game's environment and affects Pokemon availability, adds a dynamic and immersive layer to the world. And Unova also does a very good job when it comes to the musical score that's put into the game as well, because like I mentioned before in previous videos, it really makes you feel like you're there in that very moment as you're traveling through these regions for the very first time, because it makes you feel like you're in that same position as your character traveling through the Unova region, like you're experiencing everything that your trainer is experiencing as well. And with the thematic depth that's also added within the Unova region as well, both of those put together really brings the best out of each other as you're playing through the game, because the musical score in Unova is both dynamic and memorable, significantly enhancing the game's atmosphere. Tracks like N's Castle theme with its dramatic tones and the nostalgic Route 10 theme perfectly capture the emotional weight of the story and the beauty of the region. The theme of duality, represented by Reshiram and Zekrom embodying truth and ideals, and Kyurem's role as the boundary between them, is deeply woven into the game's narrative and design. This thematic depth, combined with the powerful music, creates a truly immersive experience that stays with players long after they finished the game. One of the other things that I definitely look forward to as I'm playing through these different kinds of Pokemon games is the post-game content, because I always want to see if there's anything else for me to do after I'm done playing the main story, and Unova definitely has some things to offer that you can dive into after you're done playing the main game. And I also love a lot of the innovative features that's also added on top of that as well, because Unova offers extensive post-game content, ensuring players remain engaged even after the main story concludes. The Battle Subway provides a challenging experience similar to the Battle Tower, while the Pokemon World Tournament allows players to face off against various trainers from previous games, adding a nostalgic touch. Unova also introduced innovative features like the Pokemon Dream World, where players could interact with Pokemon in a dreamlike setting, and the Entra Link, which enabled multiplayer missions within the region. These features added new dimensions to the gameplay, enhancing the overall experience and giving players plenty of reasons to revisit the Unova region. And also, something that I absolutely loved that Unova did that I didn't see in like previous Pokemon games for it was the season mechanic that was introduced in this game, because I never like traveled through a Pokemon world before, where as you're traveling through the game also changes as well when it comes to different seasons throughout the year. Like you guys know, when it comes to like fall, winter, summer, spring, it's just very nice to feel that touch in our world that's also a part of the Unova region as well. Because one of the standout features of the Unova region is the introduction of the seasons mechanic, which significantly impacts gameplay and the world aesthetics. Pokemon like Deerling and Sawsbuck, for example, change their appearance within the seasons, reflecting the dynamic nature of the world. Areas such as Icarus City undergo dramatic transformations, being covered in snow during winter, which affects both accessibility and the types of Pokemon encountered. And this mechanic makes the world feel more alive and encourages players to explore the region throughout the year, adding a layer of realism and immersion that enhances the overall experience. So the Unova region itself just represents a pivotal moment in the evolution of the Pokemon series, pushing the boundaries of what a Pokemon game could be by embracing new design philosophies, innovative gameplay mechanics, and a deeper narrative. Unova set a new standard for future games. The region's approach to storytelling, with its moral complexities and character development, laid the groundwork for more sophisticated narratives in later games. Moreover, the introduction of features like the seasons mechanics and the focus on an entirely new set of Pokemon demonstrated the series' willingness to innovate and evolve, ensuring that Pokemon remains a beloved and enduring franchise. Unova's legacy is felt not just in its own games, but in how it influenced the direction of the series as a whole, making it a region worth celebrating. So those are all my thoughts on the Unova region when it comes to why I love this region, because as I went over within this video, there's definitely a lot of different things to pull out of the Unova region that definitely makes it a very special region to visit as you're playing through Pokemon Black and White, and also the Pokemon Black and White 2 games as well. It's just a game that I can always go back to at any single time and just relive all of these wonderful experiences over and over and over again, which kind of reminds me that it has been quite some time since I dived into the Unova region. So maybe with me making this video actually pushed me to actually play Pokemon Black and White and Pokemon Black and White 2 again, because I just had a lot of fun with these games. So if you guys have any personal thoughts of your own when it comes to your overall experience within the Unova region that you guys want to share with me, or if you guys just have anything you guys want to say about the Pokemon franchise as well, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, be sure to let me know as always in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And also, if you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, and my TikTok. All of that is located in the description below. And if you guys want to be notified whenever I upload a new video on the channel, be sure to click on that bell down below so you guys know exactly when I upload a video on the channel. But other than that, I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.